Do you struggle with simple things like being able to put on your dog's collar? Is it more work getting a harness on your dog than it is to take them for a walk? Do you sometimes consider just keeping all their equipment on them at all times just to make your life easier? Are you at your wit's end? Hey guys, it's Kristen with Canine Cabana. For today's Pet Month series, we're going to be talking about one of the more common issues that our training clients come to us about, and that is putting on your dog's collar, harness, or leash without them going crazy. So a little background before we start, and I'm sure you're sick of hearing me say this over and over again, but dogs do build associations with certain cues, especially when there's a good outcome that is associated with that cue. Does your dog come running when he hears a bag being opened? That's most likely because he's learned to associate that sound with food. The same thing happens when your dog hears their leash or collar being picked up. They start to associate the sound of that with something fun, like maybe going outside for a walk or even for a fun car ride. So the way we address this excitement is by teaching the dog something they can do instead of just jumping and running around. And the first step, as you probably guessed, does revolve around food. So grab your training treats and let's get started. I'm starting with Timmy's collar because that's usually what he gets the most excited about. You'll see me feeding him while moving the collar around and side to side before touching his neck with it. You may also notice that he is in a sit, and I purposely do this to make it more difficult for him to want to jump up. Once he's comfortable with me touching his neck with the collar, I can practice draping it and slowly moving my hands to work on clasping it. Don't forget to finish off with a treat. If you have a harness, start by feeding your dog through it and luring them until you can put the harness on them easily. This is where it's really important to use your treats strategically, rewarding calm behavior or rewarding ignoring the harness. Practice reaching for the buckles and moving the straps, and reward only if the dog is calm or if they don't try to bite at the harness. Now comes the tricky part. You'll need both hands to clip the harness, so practice moving both of your hands towards the dog while working the harness, and then reward as soon as you're done. Now for the leash. Since this tends to be the most excitable trigger for a lot of dogs, start off by wearing it around your neck so that you can easily work your dog. We want to work on making the leash less exciting by desensitizing the dog to it. Once they're calm, you can practice holding the leash out or moving it while rewarding the dog if they remain calm. You can use your food to keep your dog's attention up to make it easier to practice clipping the leash to their collar or harness. Once they get the hang of that, practice picking up and dropping the leash to teach your dog to be attentive instead of leaving their spot. This helps dogs learn that attentiveness gets them rewards and helps them not to get too wound up with excitement. It's important that we're clear when we're ready to go by giving the let's go cue. By practicing these steps, you can establish a routine with your dog that will make getting ready for walks and car rides more enjoyable for the both of you. Hopefully this video gave you a few ideas of what you can practice while you have a little extra time at home during quarantine. If you have more questions, or if you're interested in learning more about a training program that would be perfect for you and your dog, you can give us a call at 813-672-9663 to talk to our customer service team. We'll see you again here on Tuesday, so until then, happy training!